From joining the Grizzlies through a trade on draft night after the Celtics selection, to Grizzlies' big boss, Zach Kleiman, having high hopes for the star shooting guard, this is Ja Morant reacting to the Grizzlies' powerful trade. Starting with why Bane entered the chat in the first place, and landed the most powerful trade in Memphis history, which could be either good or bad for Ja Morant and the following season. But more on that later. Because first we need to rewind to 2020 when he joined the Grizzlies through a trade on draft night after being selected by the Boston Celtics. Thankfully for them, this trade turned out to be a blessing in disguise, because our boy quickly became a key player for their future plans. During his rookie season, he mostly played as a substitute, but averaged 9.2 points and 3.1 rebounds in around 22 minutes per game. But he shined in his second season, when he had the opportunity to step up due to Morant's injuries. To everyone's surprise, he seized the chance and performed better than anybody expected, averaging 18.2 points and shooting an impressive 43.6% from long distance. His performance earned him a permanent spot in the starting lineup, and he only improved throughout the last season. Thanks to him, the team had a solid season, finishing second in the Western Conference. But unfortunately, their playoff journey was cut short after getting eliminated in the first round by the Lakers. Looking ahead to the upcoming season, the team's relying on him once again, especially since Morant will start the season serving a 25-game suspension. In the meantime, the player will be sharing the backcourt with new teammates, Marcus Smart and Derrick Rose, who've both agreed to join the Grizzlies through free agent deals. It's obvious Memphis has locked down Desmond Bane for the long haul, slapping him with a 5-year, $207 million contract extension. This is such a powerful trade that even Morant broke his social media silence to react. After all, this is the most expensive trade in Memphis history, but Bane's been dominating the court with a 21.5 points average, 5.0 rebounds, and 4.4 assists per game. And this is from last season. He was raining down threes like a boss, converting 40.8% of his long-range shots. Now, some think $207 million is a crazy amount to throw at a player, especially one who hasn't even been an all-star, but he's only 25 years old, and he's got all the potential to be an all-star down the line. Heck, if you look at his current performance, he's the perfect guard to complement Morant's game. And when he's off the court, he steps up and takes charge as the primary scoring option. There's no denying that the Grizzlies are dead set on building their team around their core trio with Morant, Bane, and the defensive monster, Jaren Jackson Jr. Extending this young star's contract is only the first step towards their grand plan. You see, Memphis is hungry for success and eager to bring in all the pieces necessary to make sure their squad is solid. But isn't he getting paid way too much? Considering that it tops Morant's $192 million contract from less than a year ago? Well, yes, but last season was an absolute breakout for the player. He achieved career-high numbers across the board, excelling in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. And despite any initial doubts, this was a smart move for the team to maximize their homegrown star wing. You see, a small-market team doesn't have the glitz and glamour to attract big-name free agents. Having a superstar like Morant on the team used to be a selling point. But with all the recent controversies, that appeal has taken a hit. Besides, finding a player of Bane's caliber on the open market would be quite a challenge. Now, sure, the guy hasn't been an all-star yet, but he's only completed his third season in the NBA. Remember Mike Conley Jr., the favorite guard who spent 12 years with the Grizzlies? They made him the highest-paid player in NBA history without him ever being named an all-star. Funnily enough, he got that recognition in his second season after leaving the team and joining Utah. So, writing off Bane's all-star potential this early would be a mistake. The Western Conference is tough, no doubt, but it wouldn't be shocking if he earns that honor in the next season or two. I mean, where skills are concerned, this guy is something special. Standing at 6'5" and built like a football player, he brings a unique set of skills to the Grizzlies. If I'd to make a comparison, I'd say he's a lot like Mike Miller, the sharpshooter who joined the team early in his career and won the 6th Man of the Year award. Besides, Bane's three-point shooting is out of this world. He drained 228 threes during the 2021-2022 season and followed it up with 166 this past season, even though he only played in 58 games due to an injury. He's also hitting a remarkable 42.5% of his long-range attempts since he was drafted in 2020. Among active players, only a handful have been more accurate from deep, but it's not only his shooting that makes him special. His range and expanding floor game make him one of the most valuable assets in the NBA. If that's not enough, consider his improvement as a playmaker. He's become more than a shooter. His assist numbers have been on the rise each season, and not only because he's getting more minutes. In fact, he's improving his ball handling skills, and his assists per 100 possessions have jumped from 3.7 as a rookie to 4.4 in his second year, and now to an impressive 6.6 per 100 possessions in his third year. That's the same progress that earned him that $207 million. While we're on the topic, going from paying him around $3.8 million this season to over $35 million in the 2024 to 2025 season is no doubt a big leap for the Grizzlies. But that's the price you pay for keeping talented players on your team these days. And for a small market team like Memphis, it's even more important to lock in their rising stars. Besides, with Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. already on board, Bane's production and trajectory make him a valuable asset worth the investment. Sure, the amount he's being paid is too much, but there's a reason behind it. I mean, the Grizzlies made a calculated move to secure their rising star and to build a great team. Plus, with his unique skill set, potential for growth, and the value he brings to the team, Memphis is betting on a bright future. But wait, wouldn't this new deal nudge them into the luxury tax zone, especially combined with the Grizzlies' commitment to securing their young and talented core? Well, yes, but the team's general manager Zach Kleiman is cool about it. After all, he understands that winning championships comes at a price, and he's also touched on the Grizzlies' willing to spend and their gratitude for having an owner like Robert Pera who's focused on bringing home championship glory. It's clear that they're not afraid to go all in and put their chips on the table. Sure, it might mean the payroll continues to climb in the future, but hey, when you're chasing greatness, sacrifices must be made. The Grizzlies are determined to reach new heights and lift that championship trophy. And for that, they're willing to make the necessary moves and investments. Even if this particular investment is the biggest one they've ever made, soaring past Morant's already insane rookie max contract from last season. These Grizzlies mean serious business, and they're not holding back on investing in their star players. But Bane's been tearing it up on the court, grabbing 5 boards and dishing out more and more assists each game. This dude has got the moves to make defenders look like they're dancing in quicksand. But he's also been blazing the three-point trail, showing off his amazing precision with a stunning shooting percentage of over 40% from beyond the arc. That too, in each of his first 3 seasons. Seriously, it's like he's got a magnetic connection to the hoop or something. Now, nobody had any doubt that Memphis and Bane were destined to join forces for the long haul. Even Grizzlies' big boss, Zach Kleiman, made it crystal clear that extending Bane was a priority. After all, when you've got a player like Bane, you don't let him slip away. But he's also super stoked to call Memphis home and be part of the Grizzlies family. And he's even gunning for a championship this season, which he might end up getting too, because this guy's got the heart of a lion and he's ready to roar. But of course, this isn't about Bane alone, because the Grizzlies are trying to make the best team possible. They've already locked in Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. with some mega contracts, forming a trio that'll make opponents tremble. But that's not all. You see, the Grizzlies are cooking up something special. They've been sprinkling contract extensions like confetti, keeping their key players in the fold. I mean, John Conchar, Steven Adams, and Brandon Clark are also locked in and ready to rock. The Memphis Grizzlies are coming in hot in the 2023 season, blazing a trail towards greatness. So, from the Grizzlies' big boss, Zach Kleiman, having high hopes for the star-shooting guard, to joining the Grizzlies through a trade on draft night after the Celtics selection, this was Ja Morant's reaction to the Grizzlies' powerful trade.